Hi everyone, I'm Blair Bryant with the Steller Group.
And I'm Emily Lonborg.
And it's May, and we're here for our monthly market update.
Let's jump right in.
We've been talking for 2 years.
Yeah.
Since March of 2020.
Yeah. Over 2 years.
Yeah, over 2 years, that's right. Of a completely out of control market.
Yeah.
Low inventory.
Yes.
Low interest rates, and incredible demand.
Yes.
And a weekend ago, maybe 2 weekends ago, we felt a real shift.
Yeah. Yeah. The market has shifted.
And that's good news.
Yeah, that is good news. I mean, it can feel a little scary. I think transition times, think about transition times in our life where anything happens. My daughter, she's graduating college right now. That's a transition time. That can be kind of stressful.
Right.
So I think that this can feel stressful,
Sure.
but it's not. It's a good thing.
Well, and we were just talking before we started recording about how May traditionally is a really hard time for families and people. You've got Mother's Day, you've got graduations. My kids are just in
school's
some kind
coming
of
to the
event all
end.
time.
Yeah, school's coming
Memorial
to an
Day.
end. Yeah.
So it just slows down buyer ability to go out and look at. So let's just jump right into the stats because the stats tell the story.
Yeah.
Active listings at the month end of April. So this is all the houses that are on the market, up to 3,204. That's a whopping 45% higher.
Yeah. I mean, that's huge. I mean, we've come, those of you who've been watching our market updates for the last couple of years, you've seen us month after month say historically lowest inventory ever on record.
Yeah.
Now, this year, it's more than it was last year this time, right? And so it's not the historically low. We're creeping our way up.
Right.
Yeah.
And the great news, 23% higher than last year at this time.
Yeah.
So again, all these like mile markers as we're getting to, it's been buyers slogging along.
Yes.
I have nothing to look at. Everything goes under contract in one weekend.
I have to give up all my rights.
Emily, Blair, help us with our offers. What do we do? Well, the reality is we kept talking. It's going to shift.
Yes.
And why it shifted is the next big piece of news. Interest rates have finally gone up to a point where they're affecting buyers' ability to afford. So the interest rate piece of it, I've heard anywhere between 5.5% to 6%. If you're in a VA, an FHA, or an ARM loan, you can find lower. But how does that affect buyer behavior and buyer affordability?
Well, I mean, some people who they might have gone out 6 months ago or a year ago and they were pre-approved at 3% or 3.5%. Based on their income probably hasn't changed in the last 6 months. Yet interest rates now they might be looking at paying 1% to 2% higher, which really does affect affordability, and they're being priced out of what they wanted to buy. Not priced out of the market altogether, but it's hard to pull back. It's hard to say, oh, now I'm going to start looking at homes that are maybe $100,000 less because financially that feels more comfortable. So that sidelines people as they readjust to the new normal and figure out, do I want to stay in the game or not?
And it really affects two sets of buyers. It affects those first-time home buyers because they are putting everything into their down payment. And are trying to get that interest rate down. There's, you talk to a good lender and they're going to work you through some of this, but it also affects people who have refinanced in the past couple of years. Who now are a little bit hamstrung about selling their house with their 2.5% interest rate. And then getting into something else. But, this is real estate. We talk about this all the time. Housing doesn't change. Like you've got to have a place.
You got to have a place to live.
You're going to have job changes. You're going to have life changes. You're going to have to move, and people will adjust. And I think that will get us into a more predictable market. Let's look at this average home price we've been talking about for months now. And folks, this is the highest we've ever seen it in Denver. At the end of April, the average close price was $825,000 for your average detached price.
That's crazy.
Up. About 4% month on month and up 19% on the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's just our pricing is still going is still going up because the market has still been pushing it upwards, although I think we're going to see that change. We are seeing it change May. So I think in June, July, August, those closings, we're going to see that start to level off. You're not going to lose appreciation that you've gained over the last 2 years, but we're not going to continue to see the appreciation.
And so, like this is the thing we were talking about before is, oh great, we're in a buyer's market. Is that right?
Not really, no. It's just going to be more of a balanced market, more of an even market. Our sellers still going to get their homes sold in a really good, timely manner. Yeah. It just might be 4 weeks instead of 4 days.
Well, we talked about, this peak in the market. When does it happen? Well, this year it happened in April. That all the homes that went on the market in March and went under contract in March set the April closings, which sets this price.
Yeah.
And that is typical. What we'll see for the rest of the year is increasing inventory.
Yep.
We're going to see buyers adjust to interest rates. And we're going to see prices pull back a smidge. But folks, there's not enough inventory for it to become a true buyer's market.
Exactly. Our inventory is still historically really low overall. Right. It's just we're gonna normalize a little bit. Buyers aren't gonna have to give up all their rights. They're gonna be able to have a home inspection and ask for some repairs and have an appraisal that verifies the value of your home and all the reasons. The Colorado State contract was written with a lot of protections for the buyers for a reason.
Yep.
And over the last couple of years, we've seen buyers walk away and give those up. And we're gonna get back to being able to use the contract for how it was written.
This is starting to cool the market up.
Yeah.
That's what we needed.
Yep.
This is going to give a more even playing field.
Yep.
We're excited to share this news with you.
This is a good thing.
And we'll see you on our next market update in June.